you feel me? I hope you do.
Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam! I'm Rob Van Dam. The whole show.
From Temperament, Michigan, weighing 230 pounds,
Rob Van Dam and Sabu Van Dam.
Yeah. And Karma Van Dam.
And Katie Van Dam.
Hey.
And Barbie Van Dam.
The whole effing family.
The whole Van Dam fam.
Yes, sir. What up?
Heck yeah. What is up, guys? Yes. Good to be here with you guys. Saba. Rob's holding Saba, everybody. And Katie's holding Karma. Saba. And Katie holding Karma. Good to see you guys. How's it going?
Excellent. Yeah, man. It's very good. We just got back yesterday from Spokane, Washington. The big wrestling show at the casino. You know how it goes. Cool seeing some friends. It was a fun trip, and it was quick for us because we're more on that side of the country.
Yeah. And you guys left the babies at home, right?
Yeah. So it was a fun parents' weekend out. It was fun, like going on dates.
Was that the first time you guys got to do that since the babies?
Yeah, we trusted them. We said, don't have any friends over in the house. Stay out of the medicine cabinets.
Well, so you don't totally know. They could have had people over, and you just don't know.
Well, we trust them with security cameras.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And I wrote down the odometer, of course, like any responsible dad, the mileage on the vehicle. So I knew if they went somewhere, at least that way.
You put on the alcohol bottles to make sure none was missing.
Right. You found like a bottle nipple on one of the vodkas or something like that. Wait a second. What's
the usual stuff.
Right. The usual.
Yeah. But no, it was awesome. Do you remember the name of the promotion though? Oh, Relentless Wrestling. Good show, very supportive crowd. They're into all the angles and so gave a very like local in touch kind of atmosphere, and we were glad to be a part of it.
Did you wrestle, Rob?
No.
Okay.
No. Took some photos, signed some autographs, kissed some Katies.
The usual stuff, right? The usual stuff. Yeah. Well, we're live here as we usually are here Monday night with all of you. We got Maddie in the house. We got Triple E in the house. Melinda Wilkinson's in the house as well. Frankie Teresa, who always asks.
No way.
Yeah, Melinda Wilkinson. Do you know her? Then we got a lot of other people in here too.
Names. Sounds like Mindy Wilson, who I went to high school with, except for it's Wilkinson. So, no.
All right. Well,
RVD. Saba's Rob's clone.
Can you see it? Let's see.
Oh, definitely.
Wait. Well, where's the camera?
There's
camera shot.
Oh, look at her.
Do.
What a cutie.
Oh, no, you frowning? Don't frown.
I think she's digging it. she's a little upset. She's a little upset.
That's her drama face.
Yeah. Oh, you're a little brown. You want me to stop doing that?
Oh, probably because your face is prickly.
Oh,
that's probably it.
I was gonna shave, and then I thought, fuck it, I'll just shave tomorrow.
You gave her the beard
grizzle. Gave me sty, or whatever the fuck that is when you. I don't know. There's a term of sty and pink eye, but whatever she's yesterday. I heard Katie talking about talking to her mom about the baby having one, and today I rubbed my eye. I'm like, oh, my eyelid's fucking sore. What the hell?
Oh,
and sure enough, upon diagnosis by Dr. Katie, she says she found it to be inflamed and red, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it's sore.
Is. Yeah.
Oh, you smile at me and stuck your tongue out. She smiled.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh, I wish the camera could see that. She loves sticking her tongue out.
Yeah.
You're a couple of cuties.
You're gonna be one of those people, huh? Well,
Katie, do you have a favorite outfit for the babies yet? Like, is there one you like the most or anything like that?
Yeah, I really love the RVD's girls shirts, and my mom made those, and she made me one to match them.
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
It's in the Barbie font, and they have little Barbie skirts to go with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's probably my favorite one. And there's so many that are sentimental. We're already starting to give things away that they're outgrowing. So that's hard because I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember buying that for them and they were so little when they wore it. I can't get rid of it. Yeah, they're growing by the day. So we have to just get in all their cute little matching outfits before it's too little.
Hey, baby.
That's I think I forgot. I might ask you this, Katie. Did you get one of those like pads where you lay the babies down and you show like them month by month and how they change? Yeah,
we have that.
Yeah,
we have everything. Like we had so many awesome gifts from family, friends, fans. Just like I couldn't believe like how many boxes we had at one time. Took up like a big part of one of our rooms, and sure enough they need it all, and a lot of the stuff is for when they're a little bit bigger, so they have stuff set up for them along their pathway.
Yeah, I know. It's always good to have this stuff a little bit more in advance, and so you can utilize it for a little bit longer.
They just turned 3 months, so they just reached the stage where their immunity system's a little stronger. They can be around people that haven't necessarily been disinfected, and be in open places, nerd bar, stuff like that.
Yeah. Right. Micromania.
Yeah. They went to the Barbie Cafe here in Vegas. It's at Area 15. Well, it left. So it was the last weekend here. And everything's Barbie themed, of course, there. So that was really cute that they wore their Barbie outfits. So did I. And,
and who gave them the Barbie outfits?
Those were the ones Mom made them. Ones I was just talking about.
Oh, what about these?
Oh, a fan gave them these outfits.
Oh, thank you, fan.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, they're wearing matching Barbie outfits. And we were doing a meet and greet, and a fan brought these. I was like, they know me so well because everything's Barbie in my life. So it's cute dressing the kids up like that while they don't have a say.
They can't do anything about it right now.
They did not give consent.
Yeah.
No.
Hopefully they like Barbie forever.
Mm-hmm.
Katie, do you remember the first Barbie doll you ever got?
I don't remember, no.
No?
But my dad used to go and work in Germany, and then he'd bring them home and send them back from Germany. And
send them back?
We'll send them over.
To Germany?
Send them to America from Germany. He'd send them home to me.
Okay.
Why doesn't that make sense?
No, I thought did he return them?
Oh, no. So I guess it's not back. He would just send me Barbie dolls.
Send them over to you.
Yeah. He'd send them over. Yeah. And it's just been my obsession. And I saved most of them, and I have them in a box. So whenever I've babysat nieces, they can play with it. And also I can pass them down to the kids.
Do you remember your first Barbie doll, Dom?
The funny thing was, I had an older sister. She's 10 years older than me, and I remember trying to when she would babysit us. I was like, "Well, we can't play Barbies. We don't have anything like that." And then we ended up, Marcus and I, we actually both got Ken dolls.
Oh,
yeah, we got Ken dolls. I had a Hollywood Ken doll where if you his head was rock solid, but if you threw water on his hair, there'd be stars would appear in his head.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So my Ken was pretty sweet. He was Hollywood Ken.
Did they make? I wonder, did they make a callback to that in the movie? Because they did a lot. I don't know.
I still haven't seen the movie. I got to watch the movie.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it.
That's what I hear.
A lot more than I thought I would. And even though I didn't get all the inside jokes, I recognized that that's what a lot of the movie was callbacks to different runs of Barbie, you know, where different years were and shit like that, which I knew by watching it. It was entertaining, not even knowing. But if you were a big Barbie fan, then of course it would be it would mean even more, you know, like, oh yeah, that was fucking spring break Barbie or whatever, you know. I had that one.
Well, it's like it's got such a history.
Spring break tits out Barbie.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
ECW Barbie.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Could you imagine, man? I tell you what, WWE should do that. They got to deal with Mattel, and like Mattel is Barbie, so I don't.
Right.
It does seem like somebody was called that, you know.
ECW Barbie.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I can't remember who. I don't know. It just seems like somebody
Alexa, who was called ECW Barbie?
I'm gonna do a quick Google.
Barbara Jean Blank, known professionally as Kelly Kelly, was called ECW Barbie. She started as a host on ECW
maybe that's what I'm
before
thinking
becoming a
of.
wrestler herself.
Her real name's Barbie. She's so lucky.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, she literally is ECW Barbie.
Yeah, of course.
That's nuts. I'd never even put that together. But yeah, how about that? Jeez.
So cool. Another twin mom.
Yeah, it's unbelievable because it's her. Danny Doring's a twin dad. Tommy Dreamer's a twin dad. Isn't there another one too, Rob, that I'm missing? Booker T's got twins?
Yeah. Rikishi has twins.
Oh, Devon?
Yeah.
Devon has twins?
True.
That's unbelievable.
Jazz has twins.
Really?
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
When I saw Christy Hemme, she had a daughter with her in the UK a couple of weeks ago, and she introduced her daughter to me, and then she said that her daughter is a twin, which I don't get that from looking it up. It didn't match that. I looked it up because I was confused, and it said she had one kid outside of having quadruplets, 4 kids. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, which is crazy. But I know when she introduced that girl, she said she is a twin. Well, maybe she was one of the quadruplets then. But yeah, I was confused. I'm still confused. But anyway, though, that's pretty crazy, huh? Man, can you imagine if you had to take care of twice as many kids?
That's crazy. Two is it makes me feel like people that have one baby and think it's hard. It's like one baby is not hard. Like, we're being dramatic.
She's juggling 2 babies.
Yeah.
Katie, are you? I mean, it's awesome to have.
Yeah.
It's awesome to have.
Well, sometimes we have hope.
Yeah. I imagine it's really awesome to have twins. Do you think it's easier to have them at the same time and take care of them like that at the same time? Or do you think if you had, say, a daughter now and then you had like a daughter later on, that would be an easier kind of thing for you?
I feel like it would be easier because then, like, if one was sleeping longer, then I would get more breaks. But instead, it's like 2 kids that are only sleeping a few hours at a time. So by the time I'm done feeding one kid, then it's time to feed the next kid. Then it's time to feed the other kid, next kid. So it would be really hard if we had like a toddler and a baby, but I feel like it would be a little easier.
Right. Yeah. That's an interesting thing because Rob mentioned it. It might have been last week when he was like, yeah, once the one starts crying, then the other one does. And I'm like, man, I
think copycat. Yeah, the one will be fed, changed, happy, and then hear the other one crying, and then like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
You know what? I might do that too.
Yeah. And then when they get a little smarter, they'll probably see she cried and she got picked up, so I'm gonna cry and I'll get picked up. Like I feel like it'll only get worse. The copycatting.
That's why we're gonna put them in the dog crates. Put them under the stairs when they cry.
That's their crib, right?
Yeah, and they'll get used to it.
That's their form of cage match is the dog.
Yeah. No, it's a lot different now hearing them cry than it was at first. Way different than hearing babies cry like in public or whatever, like it used to be way more annoying than it is now. Now it's just, like okay, yeah, she's crying even though she's gonna get fed in 2 minutes, but that's what she's gonna do for the next 2 minutes. And just might have to talk a little bit louder to hear each other.
Yeah.
But it's not, like annoying, painful, nothing at all like it was before. So that, from my experience, that totally has changed as becoming a parent.
How about the sleep adjustment? Are you guys getting used to that too?
What do you think, baby?
Well, yeah, I mean, Katie gets way less sleep than I do. I mean,
yeah.
When the babies are even like sleeping in our room and they cry because they need something, she will get up and take care of the baby. And unless she needs my help, which is rare, sometimes if they're both crying at the same time, but usually it's just, for me, it's just like, everything cool? Need anything? All right. I just roll over and go back to sleep. And then she's up for a half hour or something, committed to what she's doing, and then just sleeps in between, little breaks of the babies. But they are sleeping better than they were. But right away, though, she had to adjust because we both were sleeping like pro sleepers. Like we were mega sleepers. We could before we could do 12 to 14 hours and then still take a nap. And sometimes it was like, I could be a little more productive, but oh my God, I feel so good. If God didn't want us to sleep, he wouldn't make bed so comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, those days are over though. I said that today. Like, remember when I used to take naps for fun? Like now, like a nap is like completely out of the question. Because then even if they are napping, then I have other things to do.
Yeah. Your plate's always full, right? When you got twins like that, it's a life change, obviously.
It's more duty driven. So like if you're, or for me anyway, if I was sleeping and say my alarm went off because I gotta meet somebody or something, I might be grumpy and be, I hate the once every 2 months when I gotta wake up to an alarm, and maybe it's a little more often than that, but I usually don't. And anyway, I might resent, getting out of bed or whatever, but when the baby needs you, then you just wake up, because what are you gonna do? Reason with the baby, and or we don't reason, we don't regret, we just respond.
Yeah.
No, you get used to it, I'm sure, after a little bit for that, but yeah, it's definitely a huge adjustment, no doubt about that, right?
Yeah. And also, like, I feel so much more alert. Like, you pointed that out too. Like, before it felt like I need a minute to wake up, but now, like, something is like, as soon as I hear like their noise, I'm like so alert. Like, it's just something in me. And I read that is something like the science of being a parent too, like that makes you be able to wake up really quick to take care of them. Like, that changes in you when you become a parent.
Wow. I believe it too. Yeah, no doubt. The maternal instinct going.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, that's some neat stuff for sure. Rob, what I did want to bring up too, I almost forgot to include it in my notes, was I want to get your thoughts on Chuck Norris passing away. I didn't know if he was a big influence for you, like earlier on, or what do you ultimately think of his legacy and who he was?
Yeah, I mean, who's not a fan of Chuck Norris? Growing up watching the martial arts action movies on VHS tapes, back in the day. He was right up there with any of them, and great action star, great influencer. I've been in like one dojo that was his Chuck Norris school dojo somewhere on the road. I can't remember where it was, but the fact, that he was such a legend, that I love the Chuck Norris jokes, So let's see if Maddie's got any to send in response or in respect for his passing. I've seen a few that made me laugh, but I don't know if I can remember right now what they were. Something about Chuck Norris went to heaven and saw God. God got up and gave Chuck his throne, something like that.
Yeah. When I was in high school, that was like all Chuck Norris jokes in that era.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, I used to watch him as a kid and imitate, the spinning back kick, that he would do. And he's one of the guys that got me interested in wanting to learn fighting arts. The guy could take on the entire Vietnamese army,
Yeah, it's kind of, you see all the the jokes are obviously one thing, but he was just really, really good at martial arts, like in general. And I think, obviously people think about like Walker, Texas Ranger and some of that stuff, but like even before that though, he was like he was impressive at doing it all, And
I think I might have auditioned for that one time.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Either that or it came across my table anyway, but I don't remember if I actually did the audition or I think I did though. Yeah. But that was so long ago. And I always hated auditions. After a while, I just quit doing them. I wasn't a big enough star to make demands or anything, but I just wasn't interested in auditioning. So I said, told my agent, if something comes your way and they want Rob Van Dam, I know I got, I can, I got that part. If they want me specifically, that's cool, but I don't want to audition. And then it was like a compromise where he was like, well, I sent you on like the final call. Like these people have already been filtered. You're on with the final. I was like, they're looking for a wrestler. I guess I'll do it. But I always hated the process.
What didn't you like about it, the audition process?
I felt like a cattle call. Like at that time when I was willing to do them, I was really desperate and really, really wanted the part, and my time was important anyway already, even though I wasn't, like a huge star, but I was already on my way, with wrestling and stuff. And so if I'm going to drive to Hollywood and sit there for, till my name gets called, it's just, you're in a waiting room and look around and it's like, okay, it's a meathead part. I get it. There's a bunch of dudes in tank top that look like they're here from the gym. And of course, I mean, I'm here to do a fucking deodorant commercial, and I like really wanted the part but never really felt like I did good. And there was a couple times that are exceptions, but usually I would hate myself leaving the audition. Oh, God, I should have done it this way. I should have just said it, like I had the part, or like it was my thing instead of trying to guess what they wanted. And I just hated the whole process. Yeah. And so, yeah, eventually I was like, dude, I don't want to do auditions. I'm not going to be an actor. If they want something that RVD can handle, then they know that going in. If they're a fan and they think I fit something, then cool. But yeah, that one time it was literally before I got my standards when I first moved to LA and was doing any auditions. I went there one time and the qualifications were I think you had to have some muscle and you had to have hair in your armpit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I felt like I'm above this, man. I know I'm above this. What am I doing? But at the same time, I had that thing in me that was like, maybe if I get this and then do a national commercial, maybe I'll get more work and maybe I'll be a big star. You know what I mean? Like that's in everybody's head that they want to obviously excel as far as they can in what they're doing. But for a while there, I had some hopes that were disproportionate to reality when it came to a lot of that, you know. But those other times too. One time I did a audition for a Will Ferrell movie and got the part, and then WWE turned it down and said I couldn't do it.
What?
Yeah.
Do you remember what movie it was?
No, I don't, but I do remember the scene. It was something where Will comes into a vitamin store, and I'm a salesman there trying to sell him some product that is wink wink, obviously steroids, and I'm trying to sell him, you know, and I'm like jacked up and you know, like really like over the top screaming at him and stuff about it. And they actually were like they were like, you know, we're not even hiring you because you're RVD. We like the way that you read it. Like I don't get it. Why, you know, that's too bad. They won't let you do this. And I was like, yeah, they don't want me to do something associated with steroids, and I don't really have a choice. So I guess you got to find someone else. I'm gonna have to turn it down.
Oh,
that sucks, man. Boy, that would have been great too, being in a Will Ferrell. But hey, there's RVD.
Yeah, but obviously I did do a lot of work. If you look me up on IMDb, and I get a kick out of seeing on X when people are like, "Whoa, how random!" I was watching City Guys and RVD popped up. Same thing with X-Files. I get that a lot, you know. But
VIP, right?
I don't know if who's showing reruns of VIP, but. The guy that I did a fight scene with, I think he's going to be at the Ontario Comic Con with us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to make my way to see him. He's got Dango's last name. Oh. But his name's Dustin Nguyen, and he was pretty sure he's the guy I did a fight scene with. Yeah, well, that is the right way to do it. Okay. I mean, Dango went by Nguyen to make it easier for Americans. Just like I'm Zakowski, but the correct way is Shatkovsky.
Oh, really?
Shatkovsky. That's how Europeans say it. Yeah.
Whoa. Hypothetically,
when I'm in the UK, go up to the hotel desk and they'll say, Mr. Shatkovsky. And it's like, I got to be used to hearing that. You know, I can't be like, what? No. That ain't me. I'm Zakowski.
The kids are gonna have their last name butchered forever. Yeah, everyone messes up Zakowski.
Can you just write Van Damme at the end instead? Just
right.
have it be Van Damme instead.
So much easier.
Yeah.
You see that the DiBiase kid got off?
I did. Yes. How about that? There was a lot of. I mean, that's been going on for years and everything, and like that's just crazy. All that stuff that they kind of went through with all that, and all the speculation and assumptions that went down.
All the shit talking.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Hopefully, we didn't talk shit about him on this
no
podcast, because I don't really know anything about it. But I mean, I thought at one point I wasn't sure, like, were they already accused or what? You know, because I wasn't up on not just accused, but I didn't know if they were already, you know, convicted and serving time or what. I might have at the most said something about asking about that, but obviously they didn't have their day in court until just now, and then they're vindicated. And I just saw that he earned the money that they said he stole. Is that what you understand?
That's so. Yeah, Marcus, since he does the podcast with Ted, he got a little like added insight to it. And
inside scoop. Here we go.
Yeah, sound effect, please. Scoop. Yep.
Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. I like a bell. We need a bell.
The bell. We do need a bell. But
so what was the inside scoop, bro? Tell us.
So basically it was just like this guy was apparently doing stuff through like the welfare, everything, this one particular person. And he brought Ted Jr. on to like work and do appearances and stuff like that. And so he was paid a certain amount. Jr. was paid a certain amount of money to do these appearances and stuff. But those appearances never all happened on a regular basis sometimes. But Ted would still get paid for doing it because he was like signed to do it. And like, so he was just getting paid from his boss, basically, was all that was going on. And then he was thinking, and so probably what happened was, hey, why not bring my dad onto it, who's like a WWE Hall of Famer, and get him some money too in a part of it. And so Ted Sr., like, same thing basically happened with him. He got signed on a contract to make some appearances, and that's what he did. And then, like, they stopped using him, but like per contract, he was under contract, so they kept, like, he still got paid for it. They didn't know.
I already got paid $300,000 an appearance, though.
It was a lot of money from what I understand.
I'm just joking. I have no idea.
But yeah, I don't know, but it was a lot. I do know it was a lot. But yeah, so it's just like, it'd just be like anything else. Like if I were to be, say, if I had a job with WWE and they're like, hey, we're gonna pay you like this amount of money to do this stuff, and then they don't use me, and I'm still getting paid, I'm not gonna be like, hey, why am I getting paid so much? You know what I mean? So if it's part of the deal, so, and like, I don't think.
Congratulations, DiBiase family.
And what a crappy thing for him to kind of go through, especially if you think about, not only it's like disruptive to your family and stuff like that, but that's like he's the $1 million man, you know? He's like part of his character gimmick brand, and that gets like a shot to it too. It's like, you know, if I were Ted, I would maybe try to even consider maybe countersuing and figure out what goes on, see if he can get anything for it, because that's not good to for his brand. But congrats to them though. Maddie has a chat here for member 8 months. Thank you, Maddie. When the twins one day say, "Who do you think you are, Dad?" Well, I'm RVD, the whole effing dad. Death once had a near Chuck Norris experience.
Nice. That is funny. Did you see that? Also, that Afroman. Did you see him in the news?
So that was on my radar. I don't. Do you know the details of what exactly went on with him? Tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah. So this happened a long time ago. It might have been 2019. Maybe it was a while ago. But anyway, yeah. I don't know when. I want to ask Alexa, when did Afroman's house get raided?
Afroman's house was raided on August 21st, 2022. The police obtained a warrant based on suspicions of drug trafficking and kidnapping, but no charges were filed after the raid.
So they didn't find anything. He's not home, but his kids are, and I think maybe his wife too. And the cops are busting through the house. They bust the screen door. They take his security cameras down, but of course they don't see all of them. But they take his shit down, throw the cameras away, I think, fucking go through his house and looking through the closet, through the clothes and stuff. On it was kidnapping or something, whatever. Did she say kidnapping?
I'm not sure.
Alexa, what were the charges Afroman was accused of?
No charges were filed against Afroman after the raid. The deputies later sued him for using their images in his music video, but Afroman won the lawsuit.
But what was on the warrant? What charges? Accusations?
The warrant accused Afroman of drug trafficking and kidnapping. It's quite a serious set of allegations, isn't it?
So yeah, like he's out of town, I think on tour or something, and at home on camera, cops are running through his house, tearing his security cameras down, going through his clothes to see if there's kidnapping victims in his closet. They didn't find anything. And then afterwards, they just want to act like nothing happened. And they didn't even want to help him pay for his fucking screen door that they fucking tore down. And so he made
exactly.
Oh,
that's the maddening part. They bust down his door based on bogus accusations, tear through his stuff while he's on tour, find absolutely nothing, and then have the audacity to act like he owes them something when he makes music about it. The good news is he just won that lawsuit completely. The jury rejected all their claims and vindicated his right to call them out through his art.
Yeah.
Wow, thanks, Alexa.
So yeah, basically he made some songs using the security footage that they didn't know that he had. And you know, it's funny, Afroman kind of stuff. One song is just about the cop that goes through the kitchen and looks at his lemon pound cake, and the cop's kind of fat, and so he gives it a double look, you know, and so he makes a whole song about lemon pound cake. Makes another song about, can you help me fix my screen door? And anyway, the videos, he does, I don't know, maybe 3, but anyway, he does a few songs about it, and so then the cops get a bunch of shit because the videos were doing well, and so apparently, allegedly the cops are being harassed. You know, the families of the cops think that believe in these lies and these videos and stuff. And so anyway, the cops that raided his house on warrants that were bullshit end up suing him for defamation. And and it's been going on, and so I was following it. I was watching the videos in court, and it was just ridiculous. The cops talking about all the shit they've been through. One guy tries to blame his divorce on the fucking Afroman video. Yeah, and but the wife actually testifies and is like, "Nah, I wasn't over that, not at all." But anyway, the whole thing is bullshit. And as far as violating the First Amendment goes, it's a big W for us, and for our rights, because if cops can do that and then sue you for using footage of them in your house, terrorizing it in front of your kids, and as Afroman says, they came to kill him, they came with guns and fucking kidnapping charges and accusations. And anyway, that was a big thing in this past week, was that the jury told the cops, fuck off.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. Like, good for him, man. That's like, and like for him to, that's so funny too. The fucking music videos about pound cake and
look it up.
I gotta look it up.
I want to look it up.
It's in the rhythm of Under the Boardwalk.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yes, it's lemon pound cake. Yeah. It's funny. And it's the cop just giving it a double look or whatever. And I heard all the cops testifying about how much their families were suffering and had been through, from kids picking on them at school to all this stuff. And what I learned was that this had the Streisand effect, and I didn't know what that was. Do you know what that is?
I've heard of that before. No, but I'm not too clear on what it is exactly. What is the Streisand effect?
What did you say it is?
The Streisand effect?
Mm-mm.
Do you know what the Streisand effect is?
Sabu, do you know?
Oh, she put her hand in the air.
Carmine, you want to take a guess, baby? No? But I had to, I just thought that was interesting, so I had to look it up. And anyway, like the whole thing probably wouldn't have been nearly as big if the cops weren't suing. So the Streisand effect is like when you accidentally make something bigger and it's the opposite of your intentions, like this. So Barbara Streisand was suing somebody that took pictures of her house and published it, but they were on public property, taking the pictures from there of the house, so there was no civil rights violated. You can't trespass your eyes, and you can film anything that your eyes can see in public. But she didn't want people to know that was her house. But by suing, not only did she lose, but everybody in the world saw the pictures of the house, because it became huge news. And so it had the opposite effect of what she wanted, and that's now the Streisand effect.
Wow. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought it was Barbara Streisand, like she did some sort of movie or something, and that's why it was called that. But no, that's really interesting. Oh man. How about that? Well,
the cops were suing because of people watching these videos and then it put them in a bad light, or it was lies. It's not true. People are going to believe what the song says and this and that. And then by them doing that, they made it, like huge news. So
Right.
another example.
Another example for sure of that. Dang.
No, I've seen him. I would have never seen these cops in.
No, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't heard of Afroman's name in years, and so it just brings it back right to prominence here in a big way. So
put some links in our fucking video for the fans.
Yeah, I'll definitely throw some links down there.
Can you help me fix my screen door?
Oh, yeah. Now I want some lemon pound cake. Maddie says, in the beginning, there was nothing. Then Chuck Norris roundhouse kicked nothing and told it to get a job. That's a pretty good one. Frankie Teresa says, Chuck Norris slams revolving doors. I like that one.
Yeah. That is. I saw Chuck Norris went to a women's, what do you call it? The women's rights, the people that are
feminists.
I guess so. Went to the feminist movement parade or something. Came back with a cooked dinner and his clothes laundered, folded or something. Hey,
the one good one I heard was Chuck Norris.
Fucked it up.
The one good one I heard was when Chuck Norris went off to college, he put his hand on his dad's shoulder and said, "You're the man of the house now."
Good old Chuck. I saw True Diem Must Go ask if Vince stays in touch with me. No, the answer is no.
No, he does not.
No, I saw him. Last time I saw him was at Hulk Hogan's funeral, but didn't get to talk to him even. He did a run-in and a run-off, I think, from the stage.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody talked to him there.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I know that.
No, he left, right? Or, yeah, he didn't.
He
didn't mingle with everyone.
Yeah, he wasn't out there mingling, so we didn't get a chance. So I haven't talked to him in a long time. Maybe Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Maybe.
When you got inducted, you mean last time?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, has he been gone since then?
He left in 2022. Initially, he left. Then he came back.
Yeah, he got inducted in 2021.
Right, and he wasn't there the last several times. So, Anyway, sometime around then it's been that long, and that's a shame because my collector's room could totally use a Vince McMahon mini bust.
Oh, that's right. He gave those out at his birthday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it still a mini bust? If it's, I think a mini bust, it might be a bust. Maybe a mini bust is, I don't know. Mini bust would be a smaller version of a bust, but I don't know. Is it a trophy, like a standing trophy, or is it just chest up? Do you know?
I think it's a bust is the chest up thing, Is that
what people got that went to Vince's party?
That's what I heard. Yeah, people got a bust of
the
Vince.
Bust. Okay, yeah. Well, I would keep one in my RVD room.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Put your singlet over them. One of your singlets. Yeah. We had a couple super chats in here. Jeff Meacham Network. Thanks for the $5. Finally caught you. Yeah, finally caught you live and with the fam. Congrats again, my friends. Love and miss you all. Might be in Las Vegas for the big weekend. I'll let you know. Cool. Good.
Right on. Yeah, we will definitely be here.
Yeah.
And we'll be all over town. Busy week.
It's going to be a real busy week for sure. Yeah.
And that week starts in Pittsburgh for me for Steel City Con on Sunday.
Yeah, April 12th.
I think I will have a video, maybe. I got to look at that.
Oh, yeah, they typically do a little video things. I think I follow them on Facebook. So
I'll see you at Steel City Comic Con, April
12th.
April 12th.
April 12th.
Be there.
Don't miss out.
What do you think?
I know there's another super chat here. Oh, Here's Frankie Chorizo.
She
Thank
hungry?
you for the $2.
I'll trade you babies.
Uh-oh, trading babies. Let's get a close-up. Saba. Look at Saba. Oh, look at a baby. Oh.
Okay, we're gonna trade you.
And I got a mouthful of dogs.
You got both dogs.
You got the dogs hanging out.
She's got the whole Van Damme fam in her lap.
It is the whole
She's got the whole world in her lap. Okay. Give me the little one. Give me the little one.
Little Karma.
Look at little Karma.
Oh, look at tiny little Karma.
Can you show them your eyes?
Oh, there she is.
Can you show them your pretty little eyes?
Oh, look at that.
Uh-oh.
Oh. I do see more Katie, I think, in her.
Oh, that's what. My dad said that too. That Karma looks more like me, and then Saba looks like Rob.
Yep. I see more Katie, I think, in her.
Just a little bossy baby. Like she. She'll just start looking at, giving us dirty looks and frowning at us. Like,
what are we doing?
What the fuck you doing?
What the fuck's this all about, huh?
You look like your sister, kind of, but not exactly. Hopefully you won't get a sty.
Will you pass that bottle, baby?
Yes, I will. Boom.
Frankie Chorizo, this is a question for both of you guys. Stories of your first match in front of thousands. What was that feeling like for you? Wrestling in front of like 1,000 people instead of like 100, couple hundred people.
For me, it was in the very beginning of my career. I went and wrestled in India, and then the crowds were absolutely huge there. They said that it was 70,000 people. So that was ridiculous at the time because it was like my first matches in front of people. And then I like wasn't even that confident yet, but the crowds were awesome and the fans over there so excited about it. It really made me more excited to be a wrestler. It ignited flame even more.
What, Katie, was that the Rock of King? Is that what those were called? The Rock of King?
It's called CWE. It's the Great Khali promotion. He has a school and a promotion in India.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I met him at WWE when I was a Rosebud. So he was like, when I finished training, he wanted to book me. So that's why I did that early in my career, because I'd already met him. So those were some of my first matches.
How about that? So, man, what a way to network early on like that, huh?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
And then I wrestled like in Alabama in front of like 15 people just for my first matches. And then I went from that to wrestling in India from like 50,000 to 70,000 people.
What a leap.
Yeah, it was so awesome. Jeez. Some other people on the tour was Chelsea Green, Renee Michelle, Crimson, Tarver.
Oh, okay. Michael Tarver?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, Scarlett Bordeaux. That's where I met Scarlett.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Yeah.
Man, what an experience. What a neat experience.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I love traveling with her. I love Scarlett.
I've never interacted with her, I don't think. I've ever crossed paths with her. Killer Cross I have, but not her. Rob, what was it like for you making that jump from like a couple hundred people to wrestling in front of a few thousand people?
I'm trying to think, and it just always seems like it's been so gradual. So like my first dozen matches or so were in 1990, and then in 91 I was in USWA, and they told us that there was like 2,000 people at the Louisville Gardens. I don't know how many it really held. I don't know, but that's what they said. What is this baby want? I'm trying to tag you. You want your mommy? Hey, what? What?
Okay. I can
Anything,
take it. I just gotta get rid of
Hey.
Barbie.
It's
I
a
can
singing
do Barbie.
contest. Here. Oh, that's what I do.
He wants Mama Katie.
It seems like Memphis. I think we did. They had like two different buildings. That they had the Coliseum for the bigger crowds, and then they had like a smaller building that they used more often. But I think we did the Coliseum at least once. At least once when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like right away, kind of. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
there was that USWA, Nashville. I don't know what they drew, but hey, Jabba, you're in a good mood. Oh, good. Okay. Good. And so it just seemed, gradual, like more people, more exciting, more people cheering for me. What I think about like during those times is like every night it was my job to introduce myself to the fans because they didn't know who I was, and man, I wouldn't want to have to go through those times again, really. You know what I mean? Because right now it's the opposite. Like if they're there to see me, and not just me, but they're excited to see me. And when I come out, obviously they already know who I am. They're thankful for me. They grew up with me. I inspired them, and they want to see me live. Total different agenda. And I remember being on the other side of it back then. So this would have been 90, let's say 3. This was 93. Or the end of 92. It was right around then. It was a WCW. And I remember we were in Indianapolis at the Speedway.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple thousand people there. I don't know. It was big. I was so young and green. I'm not sure if I'm trying to remember the crowd from back then. But from what I remember, though, I mean, it was pretty big, and it might have been 1,500 to 2,000 people. I don't know. Could have been 4,000 people. But I do remember watching and wanting to be on the other side of that coin, because I had a match there, and it was also one of those bigger buildings where I wasn't used to hearing the noise go straight up instead of at me, but it sounded like I wasn't, as over there as I would be like on an indie show or whatever. People didn't know who I was, but I'm out there and I'm doing my flips and spin kicks and trying to entertain them and gain some fans along the way. But I remember all the announcer did was mention Sting's name, and the whole crowd popped. They're all like, yeah. And then like when Sting came out, they were on their feet. And I just remember thinking like, man, what? I just went out there. Like this, my ego was telling me. my ego was telling me, man, I went out there, man, and did moves these people haven't seen, and spinning back kick and backflips and split-legged moonsault. I went out there and it felt like I got, like not even a fifth of the pops, and he didn't even do anything. And what's he do? And my ego is telling me, like, is he, it's just because he's been doing it longer and they know him. He's not better than me, and that's like the ego talking. But also I remember thinking like, man, I can't wait to be the other guy because I'm getting paid. Even when I was young and green, I was this night. I remember this thought when I'm there at the Indianapolis Speedway, and I'm thinking, I'm getting $150 to be here tonight, and I worked my ass off, took all kinds of risks and all kinds of crazy bumps, and I'm here just to help pull in people so they can overpay people like Sting, who's on top. And I remember thinking, I want to be the guy that the rest of the card helps bring in to pay, and they're going to pay you because you're a top guy, and other people are helping, them make the money for you. at the cost of them being lower on the card. I remember having that thought, and now looking back at it, you know, like it's I'm so happy to be in the position that I am, you know, 35 years later, whatever it is. It's a position that I enjoy. So like if somebody says, you know, hey, we only draw 300 people here, you know, I can't really afford that, then I'm like, that's cool. You know, you gotta, when you got enough stuff going on with other ways, other business or whatever you got to do so that you can afford me, then, you know, then we can talk. And that's a position that not just being a top guy, but, you know, being a legend, being a Hall of Famer, being a one of a kind, whatever it is, there's enough people out there to at least keep me as busy as I want to be, and then some.
Yeah. What a kind of journey in regards to like, man, it's such a challenge to try to like, oh, I got to associate and introduce myself to fans almost every night.
Every night. And then you go to a different territory and do the same thing, you know, especially if you're not on TV or you haven't been on TV more than a couple of weeks or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But in 1991, that was when I got to do a loop in USWA. So I would wrestle on Monday night in Memphis, but then next Monday I come back. It's empty. Okay. Next Monday I come back, and a lot of the people remember me. You know, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. And if I impress them, I come back again the next Monday. You know, now I got people that now I got fans, and now I'm selling pictures, and I'm learning. You know, like I don't have to introduce myself. These people have been with me for, you know, 50 bumps or so by now.
No, I think that's such a neat thing you mentioned too. Sting getting that huge pop, and he barely does anything at that point. And then like you're like putting all the work in to try to like, so people can remember you for next week or whatever it may be. And like, it kind of makes me think too, with a lot of these like newer, younger talents that are already stars, I would say, like, I was thinking about Will Ospreay. I talked about Will Ospreay like last week or something, and he just came back, and like he does all these crazy moves, but he gets hurt a lot of the times. And I'm just like thinking like he's over already. Like all he's got to do is like show himself and do maybe a few of those moves, but he doesn't have to do all that stuff. And I just think about like, man, you already have that star power. Why not harness it? Like, and you always mention the story about Tajiri telling you that short is better, you know, that kind of thing too. And factoring all that in, it's just like, I wish a lot of those people, the newer guys, would be more cognizant of that and understand that they don't have to do all that stuff to still get over, you know? And because it's like, man, you see them go through these neck fusion surgeries and everything, and it's concerning. Like, I think it's a little worrisome in a lot of ways, but.
You know, same thing with like Darby Allin bumps, you know, like he obviously wants to keep pushing the envelope. Yeah, I mean, being old school, I like listening to Shane Douglas's podcast.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah. I like hearing him talk, and he's, you know, smart and respectful and comes across as a good listen. And anyway, I heard him talking about something Dominic DeNucci said about new school kids, where he said, why do they work so much harder to get such a smaller reaction?
Yeah.
And it really stuck out. It really stuck out because he said something similar to me when we were in Australia. I think it was 2019. Was it? You think that was last time we went?
Yeah.
2019. Tajiri was there. Actually, yeah, I got to pay him for a comic book store appearance he did in like 2006 or something. But anyway, Shane Douglas was there. Dominic DeNucci was there. Sabu, Jeannie, Katie, Melina. It was a good trip. We had a lot of fun. But anyway, same company I just came from, BCW. Good guys. If a wrestler gets a chance to to go there for BCW, I recommend it. They're very professional. We've been working with them for years, but
Battle Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
I'll post the link to that.
Time.
From Battle Creek, Michigan to Battle Championship Wrestling.
What I was gonna say though, when Dominic was there, I had a match and wrestled some, like a local dude, hardcore Australian wrestler, and I was out there just doing all my shit. Like it was like okay, a lot of people are here to see me. They want to see, I'm gonna hit all my signature moves, and boom, skateboard kick with the chair, boom, rolling thunder, on the chair, boom, and did this and that, Van Daminator, and afterwards, Dominic DiNucci said to me, he said he saw my match, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I'm curious, like, what's he gonna say, and he said, one question I have is, why so much?
Oh.
And I thought about it, and I was like, you're right. He said, too much. I said, it was too much. He said, it doesn't mean anything, but if you do it all of it, just all of that, it's like way too much. And I was like, well, thank you. I agree. And I really will always resent that. I don't think that he knew how much I respected that. He was like, you probably don't want to hear from me though. And I was like, no, I get that. I get what you're saying. I really appreciate it. And he was like, you don't care. You don't want to hear from me. And I always feel like, I wish he knew that he was right. I knew he was right. And that really meant a lot. And it really, went to my heart. And I appreciated that he would give me advice.
How about that too, Rob? At the level you're at, expect to at 2019. 2019.
And he was right. I was just going for pops, and that's why like today's wrestlers, they watched me doing all my shit, and they didn't have an old school original Sheik to teach them the fundamentals. So they're watching, they're the ones that are popping for all my shit, and then they're gonna take it, to the level that they have, and not singly, but I believe partially responsible for how the business is changed, and that's why. And he's right. You're right, Dominic, and I appreciate that. I will never forget. And I feel the same way. I mean, like I remember when I was in Canada wanting to wrestle Decker for the first time, and I gotta keep talking him down, no, bro, no, wait, look, one table is fine, if that. I don't even want a table. If you want a table, we do one table, not four, And he said, we got some windows under the ring. I'm like, what? No, it was doors. It was doors. We got doors under the ring. If you want to see them, like, what the fuck are doors doing under the ring? And, what are you? Yeah, he said he learned a lot from working with me, and hopefully he did. Good dude. Shout out to Channing Decker. Hot tag.
Okay.
Hot tag.
Thank you, Dom. But anyway, too much. Takes the meaning out of it, and I know that, and I'm always saying that and telling other people when I recognize it. But here I was out there just showboating, thinking that's what's on the ticket for tonight, is just seeing RVD's greatest hits and really over and over and over with the chair, and it's wouldn't it mean something if one chair shot knocked someone out now like it did in but you can't go back in time now. But I remember the thing when I was about to go to TNA in 2010, and I was watching footage, and it was something Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle did. One of them, I think it was Kurt, came out with a chair and whacked Ken Anderson in the back, not even in the head, and he just went down and went to sleep. And Kurt picked him up, carried him all the way to the ring, and set him in. And of course, I hated that, but look at that compared to, you know, doing fucking 50 chair spots in there just to show off.
Yeah, or I've been too. I watch a match go down, and like, so it was an AEW match that was going on. It was a great match, but I kept thinking there were so many moments, and it was with Speedball Mike Bailey. Speedball Mike Bailey was in the match, and there were so many great moves that he played.
Very good wrestler, by the way.
Very good wrestler.
He can go. He can go.
Yeah,
very
he can really go. And he's got an amazing move set. Like, he had so many great spinning kicks and everything like that. And there were so many times I was like, this could end the match right here. And it should end the match, I kept thinking too. But then they would kick out. Then they would kick out. His opponent would kick out. And then they would keep going and keep going. And I was like, man, this match should end like 5 minutes ago. And like then they do a finish, and the finish was impressive. But I was like, Speedball did so much more impressive things in the match that should have ended it than even his finish. And I'm just like, man, it's just like, if you do less, it means more. It means more.
You know, one move that they do now that they never used to do is the Hurricane Rana to the back, you know, backwards.
The poison, they call it the Poison Rana, I think is what they call it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who came up with that and started doing it, because it seems like everyone does it now, but I've never seen anybody sell it. And it bothers me because that could be like the ultimate finisher, you know what I mean? Fucking pull people right back on their head. But then, of course, nowadays, every wrestler does backflips in wrestling school, so it's not like you're a high flyer and stand out if you could take that move. But you couldn't have done that on everybody back in the day. Wahoo McDaniel, Greg Valentine, Danny Fernandez. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to fucking. But yeah, every time I see that, it looks like they get slammed right on their head, and it should take them out. But every fucking time they pop up to their feet and no sell it. I hate that so much.
Yeah. Oh man.
Cool move. And by the way, I used to do that move in a video game called Ninja the Gaiden.
Oh, Ninja Gaiden? Yeah, I remember that.
Ninja the Gaiden, or that's what we used to call it, but maybe it's just the way the thing was written. Maybe it's the Ninja Gaiden, but
yeah, I think it's that. I can't remember.
What I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I know the game you're talking about. Well, I remember too seeing Rey Mysterio do a Hurricane Rana, and he was the only one to really do a Hurricane Rana. I remember, like, what, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Now
you saw him do it. Did you see him do it before Rick Steiner?
Yes, I did. Yeah, because I was too young to kind of to be aware of the Steiner brothers at that point, or that they did that. So Ray was my introduction to the Hurricane Rana at first.
Yeah, Steiner was the first one I saw do it.
Yeah. But oh man.
I just checked my DM from Rob, and he sent this to me. It says, when Chuck Norris tells a joke about Will Smith's wife, Will Smith stands up and slaps his wife. He sent me this in my DM. He slaps his wife.
Some good shit right there. That's good shit. Rob, I did happen to see a friend of yours this weekend. Jerry Lynn was actually in Pittsburgh.
Yay, Jerry Lynn.
Yeah. Jerry. Yes, and he was backstage helping out a little bit, and like he was listening to a lot of people go over their matches and giving some advice, and that included my brother's match and stuff like that.
What show were you at?
I was at IWC 25, so it was like their 25th anniversary show, and Jerry Lynn's been a big part of the IWC throughout the years and stuff like that, and he was talking about that a little bit. But he did like a seminar on Sunday. Yesterday, he did a seminar with some of the students there. But the neat thing, I was watching him talk to my brother about the match beforehand and what they were going to go over, and something it never dawned on me, Rob, but I thought it was like such a cool thing. They were talking about punching each other back and forth, Marcus and his opponent and stuff like that. And then Jerry was like, you don't want to start the match with punches. He was like, it's a wrestling match. And like you wrestle first, and then he's like, and the baby face should never punch first. It should always be the heel punching first, because it's like once you punch somebody, it turns into a fight. You're not gonna hit somebody and then go back to a headlock later on. And I was like, wow, I never thought of that, but that makes complete sense. And I talked about you too, and I was like, Rob always talks about the little in-betweens with everything, you know, and he was like, yeah, exactly. Like, and how how many wrestlers today don't think of those little in betweens. And it was just a really like, man, I was just like, man, I just learned just so much from that like 5-minute conversation with Jerry and stuff.
Did you talk to him about being on the show?
Yes, I did. He said he'd be game for it too. So
That's
we'll have
cool.
to get him up for it. Yeah, that'd be awesome to get him on. Here,
Yeah.
so, yeah, that'd be super.
Jerry.
Jerry, man, he's the man. He's a funny dude too. He's cracking some good jokes. And he told me the story too. I got his side of the story too about him first meeting you, and he like him helping you eat when he
feeding me on the airplane.
Feeding you on the airplane and stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, he said it was a bag of pretzels, is what it was, and he was like,
cereal.
Why was he feeding you?
Because I was sewing up.
And
he was all sewn up.
No, so we I knew who he was, but I hadn't met him, right? But I got on a plane to board, and I walked by him. He was already sitting. Oh, what? I just wanted to tell Mom a story. And then I walked by him. He was sitting down, and hey, good to meet you, whatever. And then I went to my seat, and or I just sat in the back in an open seat, whatever. And then I ate somas, and then like we were up in the air, and he thought that he would come back and talk to me. And when he came back there, I was trying to eat cereal that they'd given me. And I was like falling asleep in it, like trying to get my spoon up to my mouth. And so he just grabbed it and like started feeding it to me. Like, so how long have you known Scotty Riggs?
So
Yeah.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
But yeah, he said it was pretzels.
He said it was pretzels because you were trying to open a bag, he said, and it was like making so much noise, and like people were like looking at you over there. And Jerry
That's
was
a
like,
loud bag of pretzels.
I can picture that.
yeah.
And they're more likely to give you pretzels on the plane.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was Value Jet, which isn't even around any longer, but we got cereal. It must have been a morning flight, and they served breakfast to us. Cheerios.
Good old Cheerios.
You got my shirt, huh?
Speaking of breakfast, Maddie says people don't like weed but drink coffee. What do you think about that when people trash weed, but everybody drink coffee in America?
That sounds like two complete different things. That sounds like I don't like cars, but blue's my favorite crayon. They both.
Oh my gosh, look at Lovey. She
Oh.
stole a whole bottle.
You can't drink
Really?
that for the babies.
She picked up the bottle and took it across the room.
It's her new toy.
Coffee is loaded with caffeine, which of course is a drug. It's a mind-altering stimulant. So that's probably what the connection and comparison that he's thinking of. But still, yeah, I mean, people choose their drugs. A lot of people love sugar, and sugar is a drug, and it changes your mindset. Especially if you eat a ton of it, at once and flush yourself with sugar. But so what do I think about that? I think everybody has their choice. I like weed and coffee.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
And I prefer my coffee to be caffeinated.
Yes.
I forget, Rob, do you drink it black or do you put something in it? You put cream in it.
I drink it black unless I'm having an Irish.
I got you. Okay. Kate, do you drink coffee?
Yeah, I love coffee, especially now like that I need the caffeine. And
Yeah.
I really like espresso because then I can just drink it fast. Because
Yeah.
I'm taking care of the kids. Like I'll make a coffee and heat it up and then I get distracted and then it's just sitting there. So I prefer just the espresso and just take it as a shot.
Yeah. I know. I do that with coffee all the time.
And I like creamer in it.
Do you like creamer? Okay.
Well, don't cry. It wasn't that bad.
Maddie asks another question, or he mentions RVD and Katie is the new bloodline. He asks this.
Yeah.
How annoying was WE trying to make your character angry? How annoying was that, Rob? Trying to make you an angry character.
It was pretty annoying. You know, it made me angry.
It worked.
Yeah. It's
She rolled the bottle under the couch.
yeah, that's funny.
I'm just gonna remember to take it back.
I pride myself in not getting angry. Like something I hear often from people is, I can't really imagine you getting really angry. Or I hear people say like, man, you're just like the coolest laid back dude to be around. Guy that was driving me around the UK that I did the appearances. Shit, what's his name right now? I got a little bit of jet lag, so my brain's a little foggy. Even though we were on the West Coast, just flying there and back, I noticed. But anyway,
is it Kenny McIntosh?
Yes, thank you. See, I knew if I thought long enough, it would come to me one way or another.
Yeah.
It came to me via you. But yeah, anyway, yeah, we were driving. We had to drive like 3 hours to Scotland and then 3 hours back from Newcastle. And anyway, he said like before we got to the venue, he was like, "You're just the most chill back dude," and I pride myself in that. Like I appreciate people knowing me for that, and it feels like a positive thing. Hopefully it'll inspire people. Hopefully people like laid back chill, and hopefully it's a good thing. But he told the crowd that, also like when he introduced me before we went out there, and it's like, you know what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like I remember when we were in court with G Douche, and they're trying to make me out to be an angry person. Like, Rob, didn't you just get angry because he was talking to your girls? Because I had her and Jennifer there, and this douche hugged both of them and then said, "Hey, you're Rob Van Dyke." And and it escalated. "Dude, don't call me that. You're Rob Van Dyke. Don't call me that." "But why? You're Rob Van Dyke." And it's like, all right, he's testing me, that guy in court, it was like, I was telling his lawyer, like, you literally picked the wrestler that's known as being the most laid back and calm wrestler in the business. A quick Google chat will confirm that. And you're trying to convince this jury that I fly off the handle when someone offends me easily or something. Like, nah, dude, that's not me. And I felt like if anybody could use that as evidence, it would be me.
Yeah.
Alexa, who's the coolest, most laid back professional wrestler?
Orange Cassidy takes the cake for laid back cool. He's the master of doing the bare minimum while still stealing the show.
Thank you. That's awesome. You should make that a clip.
Glad I could help you definitely making that chill wrestling. Orange Cassidy really is in a league of his own.
You sound like a big fan.
Stop joining the show.
That's great. Something to say.
Yeah, and in good moods.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Look at that. Look at what a duo.
Orange Cassidy. Well, I think I'm a runner-up.
Yeah, you're at least second.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Something wait, let me make sure I get all the super chats here. I think I did. Oh no, here we go. Maddie says,
"Oh no."
Maddie says, as a fan, did any heel ever get you fired up or legit mad? As a fan, did any heel ever get you fired up, legit mad? Did any wrestler you worked with get you legit mad?
Right. No, I get it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can think of a couple times. I can think of like a couple times I mean, everybody knows that me and Taz had our issues, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm.
Why's your hand on her face?
I don't know. So here's a story that comes to mind. It was somewhere in, I don't know, Georgia or the Carolinas, but I was wrestling Billy Black. Billy Black was he was a really good wrestler. One of those dudes like Willie Mack that even though he had like a really big belly and his body didn't look like he spent much time in the gym, he could still fucking go. And I wrestled him quite a bit way back in like the early 90s. And I remember one match we had where I beat him and he didn't seem happy about it. And so afterwards, he picked me up and power bombed me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then tried leaving me in the ring and just, you know, like try to like walk off. And obviously now I get he was trying to get his heat back after putting me over. But that's something that, you know, if that's not talked about beforehand, that's not, you know, too cool to just fucking do on the fly. And I dove out on him and we punched each other like all the way. He was doing a walking punch and you know, he bam, bam, bam. And he would like walk back towards the dressing room and I was doing a fast walk chasing him. Get back here, Billy, get back here. And then I get into him and we'd hit each other, boom, boom, boom. And then he'd keep walking. It was just like you would see in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
But we were really pissed at each other. And I wasn't gonna sell his shit. He wasn't selling my shit. And that's a time that comes to mind. Billy Black and Joel Deaton were a tag team for All Japan, by the way, for the hardcore wrestling fan that knows that trivia. If you want to look him up, but he was more experienced than me. I was younger and greener, and anyway, yeah, I was like pissed that he did that. I wanted to stand up and celebrate, and this motherfucker's power bombing me in the middle of the ring and then walking off. That didn't work for me, brother.
I do. It ain't gonna work for Robbie V.
Did you hear her?
She was cheering.
Yeah, that don't work for me, brother. Hey, you can, Karma. Oh, she's talking to me. That don't work for me, Karma. Say something else, sister.
Mama was trying to talk over you too over here.
It's so crazy, like the way that they connect, you know, and look in our eyes and try and talk to us and communicate, and the way we bond with them. It's so crazy to think like I don't remember shit before I was like 3.
Right.
Like how are they gonna not remember this? Like this is real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're internalizing everything and putting it in their little file cabinet and still learning every day.
Isn't mommy and daddy your everything right now? Except you, sissy.
Oh, she just did her thumb.
I know, I saw that. Yeah, but
like they're learning that we're their humans and they're everything and that they can trust us.
Right. Yeah. That's it. And like you guys are their whole world right now.
Yeah.
She talking to
yeah,
me,
they're in good moods. They like doing the podcast.
Yeah, they're hanging out. I see Saab is looking though. She's
Karma is a little advanced because you know, she got to come home a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or something before her sissy because she was ready and stuff. And it shows like Karma. When we see Karma developing in ways, we know that her sissy's just a few weeks behind in it, but in her awareness and motor skills, being able to move the way you move your hands and feet and stuff and turn your head.
Follow us with her eyes.
Yeah.
She's smiling.
Oh, there's a smile.
She smiled now.
wow.
But anyway, yeah, I could tell that Karma's a little bit behind her sissy.
Saba's a little behind. Yeah.
Saba's behind that.
She's physically bigger, but then she's a little bit in development behind her.
She's frowning at me because I said the wrong babies.
But Saba's not behind. Karma's just ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mommy keeps up with all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where you're supposed
to. They're getting acclimated.
Look at it smile.
Oh. And they have Rob's dimples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they have little dimples.
Oh,
That's
wow.
true. I saw you dimples today.
Couple
my
of cuties.
my crossed eyes.
Saru, I'm gonna butcher this. Sarusa Kinakaido. Thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate that. RVDTV.com.
Love you.
She asked a question, or they asked a question. Favorite WWE Tag Team Champion partner? Is there a certain one you really like working with that you were a champion with, Rob? That's cool. There was Ray.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ray Mysterio. Also Kane, also Booker T. But if I got to pick one out of those three, because I think those are the only three partners that I actually had some gold with. I like the team of me and Ray because we can do a lot. There's a lot of potential to do fun moves and wrestle in a way that I would like and that I would prefer as far as style wise and everything. And Ray Ray's, like the coolest dude you'll ever meet anyway.
Yeah,
but that's gonna be my answer. And I like being the big brother.
Yeah, because what a different dynamic is like from you working with Kane. And
exactly. Big difference. And I love it, but it's different. So I prefer, if I gotta pick one, it's gonna be Ray.
Did you and Jeff Hardy ever do anything together, tag together, or just against each other?
I remember doing 6-mans with the Hardys, or wait, maybe did heel was Matt in TNA Impact when I was there? Was Matt Hardy a heel and when Jeff was a baby?
That's a good question. I'm trying to think.
Because I remember, I think I tagged me and the Hardys against Ken Anderson and 2 other people, but I don't know who they would be unless it was me and Jeff against Matt and Ken.
I don't think Matt would have been a heel at the time, Jeff, when you were there. You mean like?
Well, I remember wrestling him though, but I don't know.
Because I'm trying to think too. Because in 2011, all I remember is Jeff. I don't remember Matt being in TNA at that point. But
I think I do.
That's a tough one. I'm not sure. I'll have to. If the chat knows, let us know. Let us know in the chat. Help us out.
Did you tag team with Great Khali?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That would have been interesting.
It's possible. At the end there, towards the end of probably my 2013 run, I remember doing an 8-man, and Cena was in the match, and I was in it, and Big Show was in it, and maybe Khali. I think Kurt Angle, maybe, I don't know, something we did on the road several times, 8-man tag match, and I did something, slipped on the rope or something one time, so that's all I think about is like. Yeah, when I think about it, I know I fucked up. Or maybe it was one of the times I went to do the split leg moonsault and my leg didn't go over the top. So that's happened a few times as my hips have been wearing away at me. Sometimes I hit the rope. I remember doing it one time with a match with Alberto Del Rio. I went up to the split leg. One leg went over, one leg hit the rope, and I went back and so ugly, like right on my head. Like, also, no, that's I don't know. I think I did it in that 8-man.
Wow, man.
I did see it in the UK though. I told you that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? How about that?
Yeah.
Speaking of the split-legged moonsault, Frankie Torres asked, "What's the origin of the split-legged moonsault?"
That's a good question. I don't think there's anything exciting about it. I think it was just something I visualized and then thought I could do it. So I tried it in the ring and it worked.
Look at them cuddling.
Bless you. Oh, look at the babies.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I don't know how I came up with it in my head. I was just always doing different versions of splits, like on the benches at the gym and whatever. And Mandango were like competing and trying to come up with different moves. And yeah, I think I don't remember what put that in my head, if anything.
Wow. Yeah, no, but innovative though, and it's like one of your memorable signature ones. Obviously, that Rolling Thunder, you name it. So, Maddie asks, "Do you have the connections to get Sabu into WWE 2K27?" That'd be sweet. That'd super be sweet.
Yeah, for real. Somebody from WWE did want to get a hold of Sabu's sister, who has the rights and his proxy, if you will. And I don't know what all that was about, but that'd be awesome if it was about that.
That would be super awesome. Like,
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look that up and see where that conversation left off.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Heck yeah. Maddie says, "I pity the fool who stole Booker T's Red Bull." Somebody stole Booker T's Red Bull.
Yeah, that's a big. Booker was. Yeah. I can't remember. I don't remember who actually took it or whatever. It seems like it was someone, well, they know, the fans know, but anyway, yeah, Booker would have a Red Bull and put it in the refrigerator in the dressing room, if there was a refrigerator, which sometimes there was, and in a cooler or whatever. And he came in there looking for one, and somebody had taken it because they thought that it was, compliments of, because you got free water and sodas and shit around there, but this wasn't. This was Booker's private one, and he made like a big deal about it because he was pissed. And Booker is very dramatic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he had an issue with somebody, he would definitely be loud about it. And
who took my Red Bull?
Yeah, I wonder it was. I think it was somebody like Miz or someone like that. Like when they were new and trying to avoid heat, but getting heat naturally just because they were the Miz or someone like that.
Yeah. Devin Dowling says Rob versus Matt Hardy at TNA Genesis 2011. So they're all right there.
So yeah, so it could have been. It could have been a tag team with me and Jeff against him and Anderson that we did. I think maybe that was it, but I'm not sure. But did that and I'm not sure how shows or something. So
yeah. Maybe build to it all.
I might have teamed with Jeff in WWE. I don't remember. I probably did.
You probably did. Yeah, you probably did. It was. I mean, like, what a way to start the invasion off, though, was that like you guys, like you versus Jeff, and that match. I think it was a no DQ match was the first one. Then the ladder match happened, but both were awesome. Yeah.
Oh, so wait, the hardcore match. You're saying we did a pay-per-view match before the hardcore match?
No, I think that the hardcore match was the first. Yeah, because it was for the hardcore title. That's right. It was. Yeah, the invasion pay-per-view was the hardcore match, and then you guys did a ladder match after that. I think, right?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Devin also wanted to add, my son turns 1 Saturday. Love seeing your little ones. Enjoy these young months. They go quick.
Yeah, will do. Congratulations to your son's birthday.
Yeah, 1 year old. I remember
We are enjoying it. Katie is a super mom, and that's her full-time job now, is like taking care of the kids, and we've been very fortunate having some help. But you're loving it, right, baby?
Yeah. It's definitely rewarding.
She's glowing happiness and has been, and even treats me like she appreciates me more.
Yeah, I do. I love our family.
What a great tag team you guys are, for sure.
She already appreciated me a lot, so that's really saying a lot.
Yeah.
You make my dreams come true.
You made my dreams come true, baby.
Oh, so nice. That's so nice. All right, we'll close out with a couple more super chats here. Somebody, Saruska Kinkado says, "I like the Rey Mysterio, so both of you had great chemistry in the tag team."
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. I think he lives here in the same town as me, and like we never see each other. But I never leave home, and I don't know if he does either. So
yeah.
We watched the UFC fight with him at Brian's house. That was it.
That's true.
Oh.
At Brian Cage, yeah. Brian Cage is more social. He has parties at his house, and so sometimes we go there and it'll be a get together. We've seen Carlito over there, and some of the boys. But here, you got to be a girl to party here.
That's it, right? That's the price of admission there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A couple things. So this week they announced that Tony Hinchcliffe is having that Kill Tony's thing. Did you see that? They're doing that comedy show at WrestleMania weekend, the MGM Grand.
Okay. No. Yeah.
Well,
I went to that. We went and saw that.
What'd you think of it when it happened last year?
No, not at WrestleMania, but I went and saw his show sometime within the last year with a friend. Yeah.
Okay.
Someone that had tickets invited me out to it, and I didn't know what it was. I knew who he was. I've been on his show before, actually his podcast, when he was at the Comedy Store doing it downstairs in the basement, and that was like, well, who knows? Could have been 10 years ago now, but I didn't know what to expect, and then watching it, it was like, okay, I get it. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's there's him, there's a fake Dr. Phil, and
right.
And then another guy, comedian from Dazed and Confused or whatever, and Dante maybe was, but anyway, it was just comedians going out and trying whatever, giving a little tryout, and then the four guys or whatever would try their hardest to roast him, and it was like, okay, if he's black, they're gonna say he didn't have parents, and it was kind of predictable, like, and I was just like, I don't think I stayed for the end, and I don't want to talk bad about it. I mean, he's obviously very popular, and I'm not. It just wasn't for me. That's all. Yeah,
it's just not your type of comedy and stuff like that. Do you like roast, kind of like roast?
Oh, love it. Way?
Love
roast.
I do too.
Comedy Central roasts are like so funny, just to see how far people will go, because that's the rule with comedy is there's no going too far as long as it's funny. If it doesn't work and you go real far, then you're in trouble. But then you get canceled. But yeah, I mean, the Pam Anderson, Will Shatner one, all of them. Tom Brady, I think.
Tom Brady had one.
What was it?
Mike
Donald
Tyson.
Trump, Mike Tyson. Yeah, all of them were hilarious. Yeah, I enjoyed them years ago, and they're fun to watch again every once in a while.
Who in wrestling would you love to see a roast of get done?
I don't know. With wrestlers, it's like Like at Cauliflower Alley Club last year, they did a roast. I can't remember who they were roasting, but it was like the wrestlers that they had up there weren't comedians.
Yeah.
And didn't get it. They, they were seemed like offended, or they had to defend themselves at the jokes or whatever. And it was like, it was so like such a mismatch, But who would I like to see roasted? I don't know, dude. I don't care. You know who? But let me replace that question though. A lot of times I get asked who would I have liked to have worked with, or who would I have liked to have met that I haven't met, and I got an answer for that. Although it could change, but right now, like whenever I watch Bad News Brown or Bad News Allen, that motherfucker seems so cool, and I just nothing but respect for him, for his legend in the dressing room as being, one of the toughest guys. But also, I mean, I watched him as a fan. He was a heel, and I never got to meet him, but he just seems like, whenever I see the interviews that he's done on YouTube, he seems like someone that I would really get along with, and I wish that I could have. So that's my answer.
That's a good one. Bad News. Yeah. Bad News Brown was awesome. Like there was an angle he did in Calgary for Stampede that like stopped the promotion for a little bit. I think they had to it got so heated that they had to stop, and I think they had to kick him out of the promotion for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Like it's good shit. Good shit. I can't remember who his opponent was for that, but it might have been Abdullah. No, I don't think it was Abdullah. But, oh man, it was good stuff though. I remember reading. Cool, Rob. That's about it. I had a few more, but I'm like, we can touch those later. But let's see. I'll make sure we get all the super chats. We did. So
do cool. I talk to Joe Bruce? Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, in a couple of weeks. Yep. As you put up here. Oh, okay, it's the same guy. Finish True Lotus 420 or whatever. But RVD is going to JCW on technically it's April 18th because the show starts like at midnight. But but it's the the night of the 17th, morning of the 18th. But that is happening. Busy week. Come here for WrestleMania here in Las Vegas, as you know. So we are looking forward to it.
Right in RVD's backyard, nonetheless, too.
Yeah. Yep. Until then, we will see you right here at the fucking wherever you put this.
Yes, RVDTV.com. The episode will be up, and be on the lookout for more clips and everything like that going down too as well. So, but yes, be sure to catch Rob in Las Vegas on WrestleMania weekend. There'll be a lot going down for him. He's got some good stuff planned.
Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Well, cool. All right, this has been fun, Rob. We'll have to do it again next week. Katie, do you want to plug anything real quick?
Yeah, y'all follow me on Instagram, Katie Forbes, the number 4 real, and then Twitter is the Katie Forbes.
Hey, we're talking here. Katie is gonna be refereeing a match on that JCW card as well here, and then also she has a match. When's your match?
Oh yeah.
Do you know which day? No.
Hold on, I'll tell you in just a second.
Yeah, no worries.
You got a match.
Oh, yeah. While she does that, Happy Hippo. Check out Happy Hippo. Boom.
Oh,
we got the gummies too. I love the gummies. So if you like Kratom and want to give it a shot, check out Happy Hippo. Look it up.
Let's do a scoop.
Ooh,
a scoop of white melee. Yes. Happy Hippo. Happy Hippo. We might have a guest next week. We're talking to somebody about about filming it.
Ooh.
Maybe earlier in the week.
Okay.
We'll talk. What are you available Wednesday, Dominic, or no?
Yes.
Okay. We'll talk.
April 18th.
April 18th. Katie will be in action.
That's Saturday, right?
Yep, Saturday.
That's for the oh, there it is right there. WrestleMania. Check it out.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I scoop it like that, sometimes it'll stay clumped together, and when it hits my throat, and then that's kind of gross. But otherwise, I just got to mix it in my mouth with the water more. And sometimes I skip that because I'm a Neanderthal.
What's that?
A caveman.
You are.
Rob, you took the white one, right?
Yeah.
And what's that one supposed to help you with here?
That one's supposed to be a picker upper, give you energy, party on.
Yeah.
But I really don't notice a difference personally on white or green or red, but they have different purposes. The red is for sleeping, the green is a get up and go, but it's also in between. The white one's supposed to be the big pick me upper, but you know, like I said, from personal experience, I don't feel that. But then again, as I always say, also I don't get high from it. A lot of people get high when they take kratom.
Yeah. I definitely feel that kind of effect when I'm taking a gummy or so. I get a little bit of that.
Does it get you high?
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
So for you, what is that? How would you compare it? Because I know you don't smoke.
No, I don't smoke, but I do feel more energetic, and I feel more sociable, but I definitely feel a little bit more elevated, I will say. Not to a level of anxiety. I don't get anxious on it. I haven't gotten that, so that's been good. Is
it a comfortable high?
Yeah, it's a comfortable one. And the gummies here, they're 20 milligrams, or 20 mg. So, that's what I recommend too if you're new to it. And we have a special deal for new people, so be sure to check out Happy Hippo. Details in the YouTube comments. So, all right, cool, Rob. This has been a good one. It's great to see the babies. I'm liking that they're a new addition to the show and a new addition to your family as well. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Katie wants everyone to see them grow up with us.
Well, they're
She's
adorable.
so open and sharing and sweet and hot.
Thanks, baby.
There it is. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, RVDTV.com, support the show, and we'll see you guys next time here on One of a Kind with who? With Rob Van Dam.
RVD. Let me know if you want me, fans. Let me know if you want to go back to the 5 recommendations.
Oh yeah, we gotta. Yeah,
I've let Dom cut me off for the last couple of weeks without it, but we'll see. Maybe we'll bring it back next week.
Yeah, we definitely bring it back next week. All right, cool. Sounds good. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, Van Dam fam. Peace out, hoes.
Peace up, 8 Town down.